So absolutely massive news, my friends. It has been confirmed by Nintendo themselves that what we're calling the Nintendo Switch 2, which is not what they're calling it. They're just calling it the Nintendo Switch successor, the next Nintendo console, is in fact going to be backwards compatible. I'm going to show you guys exactly what was said. We're going to discuss it. If you enjoyed this, leave it a like, subscribe for more. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So, like I said, Nintendo has officially announced this themselves. Nintendo Co. Limited on Twitter and probably Facebook as well and all their social medias. I don't know. I seen it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. They posted a little update from Mr. Furukawa, who said the following. I'll throw it up on screen. On screen? I don't know what I just said there. He says, at today's corporate management policy briefing, we announced that Nintendo Switch software will also be playable on the successor to Nintendo Switch, which again, we are calling Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on the successor to Nintendo Switch as well. Further information about the successor to Nintendo Switch, including its compatibility with Nintendo Switch, will be announced at a later date. End quote. So there you guys have it. We have official information that this is in fact the case. What does this mean? What are the implications? Well, there's a few things to talk about with this. Obviously, number one, every single game that you own for the Nintendo Switch is going to be playable on the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever they're going to be calling it. Again, I'm going to keep calling it the Nintendo Switch 2 just because it's easier than saying the Nintendo Switch's successor. It's just longer to say it that way, right? So, right, we could play it on on the next consoles. That's great news, right? That's great news. If you don't want to keep your Nintendo Switch and you just want to upgrade to the next console, then you don't have to. You don't have to keep both consoles if you don't want to. I said before, this is kind of like the 3DS family, right? Where we had the DS, and then those games were playable on the 3DS and whatnot, and it was something like that, right? Or how Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, right? We were able to play the Game Boy games with the Game Boy Advance, but not the other way around. So it's probably going to be something like that. The cartridges are going to fit in this new console, but the new console's cartridges are going to be a little bit different, where you can't put them in the old Switch, if that makes sense. It's probably what it's going to be. Furthermore, what I'd like to note is that there's been many rumors for a while that this Nintendo successor, the Nintendo Switch 2, is going to be backwards compatible. The thing is that with those rumors, we've also heard that apparently Nintendo was asked developers, and again, this is a rumor, to get their games 4K ready. It seems the more that Nintendo confirms about this next console, the more it seems to be kind of adding sort of credibility to these rumors and leaks that have been going around for the past year or so, right? Year and a half, whatever it's been. And so I think that there's probably a good chance we're probably going to see a lot of games in, kind of upscaled, if you will, 4K and whatnot, kind of definitive editions and whatnot, if you will, kind of like we've seen with, kind of like other companies do, PlayStation and whatnot, Xbox, probably similar in that vein, but Nintendo probably going to be doing it obviously their own way, the Nintendo way. So very interesting, because again, I think that there's an even better chance that some of those other rumors and leaks are going to be end up being true as well. Again, maybe not. Take it with a grain of salt. Still, nonetheless, we don't know for sure, but I think it's possible. Either way, the next console is in fact going to be backwards compatible, and it will have Nintendo Switch Online, and those are two things that have been confirmed as well. In terms of when are we going to hear more about this thing, well, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. As of right now, we don't have an official date. Hopefully sooner than later, obviously, but we should be hearing something revealed a little bit more by the end of March 2025, as mentioned before. And whenever that happens, I mean, that's kind of within the next 5 months, about half a year, just under half a year. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like, subscribe for more. Lord willing, all goes as planned. We're going to be covering a lot of the next console, so keep it locked on the channel. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. And until next one, my friends, game on. Thanks for watching.